Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy John O'Fat. Today I kind of wanted to talk about something that I found was super interesting and hopefully you guys will get something out of it too. So at the end of April, there was a Facebook developers conference. They call it F8. I guess it's been going on for 8 years. That would make sense. And I really hadn't heard of this before, but I saw on the YouTube channel The Verge, they did like a supercut where they cut the 4 hours of presentation down to 12 minutes, and I watched that, and I actually found something super interesting. So Facebook announced that they're making big changes to the Messenger app, their texting app that uses your Facebook contacts. So they announced a few trivial things that I'll just read real quick for you. So they said they're gonna have super fast load speeds, much faster than any other texting app is what they're claiming. They're also gonna have end-to-end encryption, which is important for a lot of people and something new to Facebook. They said they're trying to focus on privacy. We'll see how that really turns out, but that's what they say they're focusing on. And then also, I don't know how much of a difference this will make to most people, but they say they're gonna have a small app size. So for those of you who have 1 million photos on your phone, that might be nice for you. But those aren't really the important things. The important things they announced were that they're gonna have a desktop app. I think that's huge. That's absolutely huge. This isn't a new feature, but I thought I'd throw this in there because I think it's important for what we're gonna talk about later. They have video chat on Messenger. Now, before we talk about why that should worry Apple, I wanted to talk to you what I think makes a great messaging app. So I have 4 things written down right here. Number 1 is that it's easy to use. Your grandma's gotta be able to use it. You just gotta be able to hit the Messenger app and start texting people. It's gotta be that easy to use. And then second, it's fast. If you're texting back and forth, if you're opening and closing the app a lot, you can't have a slow experience. So having a fast texting app is important. Now, number 3 is that it's on all your devices. This doesn't just mean your phone and your tablet. This means that it's on your computer as well. Once I got a Mac about 1.5 years ago, a laptop, and having the ability to have messages on my computer has actually been such a big difference. It's one of the smaller things that has made actually a huge difference. And I don't think I ever want to use a messaging app again that doesn't have a desktop version. Last but not least, it has a lot of extra small features that make the overall experience nicer. So you have the texting and then you have the other stuff like being able to send money over your Messenger, being able to send links that have more information than just the URL and stuff like that. That I think is also what makes a Messenger great. When you think of some of the most popular messaging apps out there right now, like Messages just from Apple, just the regular default texting app, you have Google Hangouts, and then you have Discord and apps like WeChat and WhatsApp, stuff like that. All the most popular chatting apps right now have all of these things. Now, with the addition of desktop support, Messenger joins this elite group of best messaging apps, in my opinion. Now let's move on to why this should worry Apple. So one of the biggest reasons why Apple is successful, in my opinion, is because of the ecosystem they've created around their products. So Messages and FaceTime fit so well into the Apple ecosystem. It is so incredibly easy to use. You don't even have to set anything up. You just have your contacts and then you can text anyone you want and you can call anyone you want. So Apple locks you into this ecosystem with iMessage and FaceTime. It is so much nicer to text someone who is also using iMessage. You can't use FaceTime unless they have an iPhone, you know? And it is so much easier than downloading. FaceTime is so much easier and nicer and a better experience than downloading some app, having to add them on that app versus add them on the app and then call them. You know, both of you have to do that, whereas FaceTime, as long as they have an iPhone, you just click their name and boom, you're talking to them face to face. Why should the Facebook Messenger updates worry Apple? Well, because it breaks down this ecosystem. You can now have an amazing experience texting anyone on all platforms with Messenger. So this puts pressure on Apple's ecosystem that they've created. It puts pressure on the walled garden that they've created around texting and video calls because everyone has a Facebook account. Whether or not they actually use it, they have a Facebook account, which means it's very easy for them to start using Messenger. And just the simple fact that there's now a desktop app means it's going to be even more popular than it was before. Just take me, for example. I've never once considered using Facebook Messenger as one of my main texting applications, but now that it's getting a desktop app, I'm going to consider using it. I can already think of a few group chats that would be perfect for Facebook Messenger, and I believe there's going to be people like me who are now definitely going to consider using it much more often just because there is a desktop app. So now, do I think this is a huge, gigantic threat to Apple that's going to change things overnight? No, definitely not. I don't see everyone switching to Facebook Messenger overnight. However, Facebook Messenger is already a super popular texting app and a lot of people use it. Now, what I do see happening over time is that people will, in more and more scenarios, start using Messenger because there is a desktop app. If you want to start a group chat with people who are using Androids and iPhones, it might be convenient to start using Messenger, you know? So I just think over time, more and more people will start using Messenger in different scenarios. And why this should worry Apple is because it lowers their walled garden. Now, by lowering this walled garden, it makes people believe that it's much, much easier to switch to a different brand of phone. You know, a lot of people don't switch, including myself. I don't even consider switching because of how nice it is to use iMessage and how nice it is to use FaceTime. But if this walled garden gets lowered with more and more people using Facebook Messenger for texting, for group chats, and for video calls, you know, it makes it much easier for someone to switch to a different phone. And that should worry Apple, because a big reason why people just keep buying iPhones over and over and over again, not even considering any other brands, is because of the ecosystem that they're locked into. It's just so nice, so easy to use iMessage, to use FaceTime now. But if Messenger becomes more and more popular, that walled garden is lowered. People feel like they could switch without missing the whole iMessage experience because they could just use Messenger. They can text anyone and have a premium experience on any device using Messenger. Now that is something that should worry Apple. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.